I got to say, I was very impressed at the Clippers, in last night's game. I mean, they were hungry on the defensive end. At times, their offense swayed back and forth. The momentum of that game swayed back and forth between them and the Lakers. And the Clippers just look scary to me. The Clippers look scary. I mean, they had an off night, really, and they still beat the Lakers after the Lakers came back from like three, runs that the Clippers had. And it's crazy. It's just crazy how much talent they have. And like I said, Kawhi came off the bench. Kawhi didn't go in the starting lineup, but he came off the bench like late second quarter or something like that. And he came in just right off the bat, first two shots. I mean, he caught his rhythm easily. First two shots. I mean, he came in looking to score. Now I saw some parts or some points where Kawhi looked a little tired. He looked gassed because that's just gonna be how that's just how it's gonna be. Because he hasn't played real substantial real basketball in 15 months. They say so. Or they said so. I mean, it's been a long time since he played a real NBA game, logging in a lot of minutes like that, running back and forth, being in a real actual live game, playing against, the best of the best competition. And I think that, Kawhi Leonard, even still, from his rust and everything like that, he still was very effective at times when needed. He knocked down some big shots, of course. He knocked down the biggest shot in the end in the fourth quarter, where the Lakers were down, I think it was 99-95, I believe. And, Kawhi gets the ball, they set up a play on the other end when the Clippers get the ball back after the Lakers miss. They set up a play where, Kawhi runs off a screen, and catches it in the mid-range in his office where he likes it. And, LeBron came, under the screen, but then he found his way to Kawhi Leonard, and didn't matter. Kawhi Leonard still knocked down the shot over LeBron James in his face, for the Clippers to basically, seal the deal of the game. And that's what, Ty Lue had Kawhi Leonard do. Even though Kawhi came off the bench, Ty had him come in the fourth quarter, especially to go out there and, put his imprint on the fourth quarter and seal the deal of this game. And that's exactly what Kawhi did with maybe less than like a minute to go in the game. He basically sealed it and ended it. And I thought to myself, the switching on defense, the different lineups that, Ty Lue can throw at you. I mean, it really makes this team scary to me, because when they're having off nights, I mean, Ty Lue can throw a lineup at you where they're locking you down all defensively. They're getting all stops. And even when your offense isn't flowing like that, I mean, you still have, defense. The way this team does, this team can still hold you back from scoring a lot of points. I mean, that game, I predicted it. I was off. I said 108-92, but the ending score, was 103-97. So it was a close game, and rightfully so. It's a rivalry, game, between two teams, and that's how it's gonna go. Shout out to Anthony Davis, also, he played well, but him getting hurt again, well, that just seems to be the MO for him, just his whole career. So, I'm not surprised by it, but there again, here you go again with another situation like that. But either way, the Clippers were impressive. I really was impressed by Zubac too. Zubac had about 16 rebounds. He was really, really a force in the paint. And that's the first time I've seen him a force in the paint, in a while. But, for some reason, the Clippers just get up for the Lakers. If the Clippers had to play the Lakers in the NBA Finals or something like that, I think undoubtedly the Clippers would win the championship, because they just seem to always get up for the Lakers no matter what. And even if they're not scoring like that, for some reason they find ways to beat the Lakers. I mean, the fact that they're like 33-7 against the Lakers in the last 7 years is almost unheard of. But at the same time, it's real, because that's the truth. And the Lakers really can't do anything about that. I mean, LeBron said after the first game, like I said, he don't really have any shooters on that team, and that's a very bad bad thing to hear from your best player on your team, because they don't. I mean, Lonnie Walker had a great game. It was a really good game overall. I mean, it was awesome. It was good as advertised, and Lonnie Walker had a really good game. I think he had like 23 points. He was really a surprise to me. Russell Westbrook 0 for 11. Wow, that's horrible. The worst I've ever seen him. I think he just needs to retire if he's going to play like that. But, what kind of shocked me this game a little bit was Paul George. Paul George not having an outing like I thought. I think he only had like 15 points. He really wasn't in no rhythm at all. He played probably the most minutes or one of the most minutes, and he didn't really play up to the level. But what I was really also shocked by, well, I can't say shocked, but I was really happy to see also was John Wall. John Wall came out there knocking down that jumper. I mean, he was getting to the rim a couple of times with his speed still, and I'm still surprised he still has some of that speed, because he still does from what I see, and he can just turn it on whenever he wants to. But that jump shot of his was really falling, and and I say this: if John Wall's jump shot is gonna fall like that, if it's going to be a decent option he can use, teams really better watch out, because they struggled last night offensively through stretches of that game where the Clippers didn't really look like they, had a rhythm. It looked like they really won that game based off of their talent, because they're so talented and they're so deep as a team. They won off of that more than chemistry, but that's how deep of a team they are, and that's how, deadly they are as a team. So I was really, impressed by John Wall, definitely impressed by Kawhi Leonard. The 20 minutes that he played, he came out there and gave you 15 points, like 7 rebounds, and he gave you a couple good he caused a couple turnovers defensively. He looked like the Claw. He really did, and he looked ready to go. And when he hit that last shot basically to seal the deal with a minute to go in the fourth quarter, it just shows you that's exactly how they're going to do this. They're going to have Kawhi and PG come in and close, let John Wall, and Reggie Jackson pretty much run the game the way they see fit, while getting Kawhi and PG, comfortable with easier shots throughout the game, and then have them in the fourth quarter come out and close it. And that's exactly how Ty Lue should do, because with all three, Wall, Kawhi, and PG on the floor, it makes them so deadly to guard, because if you had them three on the floor mixed with Robert Covington in the paint, which is, or you have Zubac in the paint, and, or maybe like Nicholas Batum on the floor or somebody like that. And I think they had Luke Kennard on the floor at the time. I mean, it was, and like I said, he knocked down a big three to swing the momentum of the game as well. So, I mean, like I said, they're just super loaded, and they found a way to get a victory against the Lakers. And it was a tough game, as I said. The Lakers brought all they had, but it just wasn't good enough. So, shout out to the Clippers, man. They got it done. They found a way to pull out the victory. Good for them. And, they're moving on to the next situation. And right now, the Lakers are 0-2. Clippers are 1-0. And right now, the Lakers, to me, they're in a world of trouble, because, like I said, a game like last night where you have the momentum coming back and everything, that's good. But like I said, they don't have any shooters really like that. So they're relying on their big three, and they're really top heavy. So if they can keep the way they're going to win games is by scrapping on defense a little bit here and there, playing with a lot of energy. And the way they did last night, they did have some good moments in that game. They really did. I can't even lie, but the moments weren't good enough. LeBron was blocking some shots, dunking still, which is amazing to see him still playing at a supremely high level at his age. Even though it's a shame to see it to a degree, because LeBron shouldn't be the best player on this team. It should be Anthony Davis. But of course, he got hurt again last night. He did play through it. I don't know if he's going to play through the next game, but even still, they got a lot of guys taking shots that can't shoot. Westbrook sucks. Patrick Beverley sucks from shooting threes. Lonnie Walker's not really a shooter. He's more of like a athletic wing. And like I said, I really think the Lakers are just in the world of trouble. They really hurt them a lot when they traded Malik Monk, if you ask me. That was the one young player I felt like they needed to keep. But I mean, regardless of that, they didn't. And he's on Sacramento now, making his $20 million what he's doing, so he's happy there, I suppose. But great game from the Lakers and Clippers. I can't wait to see them play again. Definitely a great opening night series against them, or opening night game to start a series. I know they're going to play at least 2 or 3 more times this season, so I was overly excited to watch the Clippers, and I was definitely happy to see Kawhi out there and everything, and I can't wait to see more. So the score is 103-97. Clippers take the victory. Shout out to them. They moving on to the next undefeated, and the Lakers are 0-2, looking for their first win in their next outing, so we'll see what happens after that. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Cali out.